All across the country this weekend, there were more Stop Asian Hate rallies. They're protesting the uptick in violence against Asians, including what some believe may have been behind the shooting at the 3 Atlanta area spas last week. Actress Sandra Oh was at one of the rallies. Check out some of her passionate speech in Oakland.
I will challenge everyone here. If you see something, will you help me? Yeah. If you see one of our sisters and brothers in need, will you help us? And so we must understand, as Asian Americans, we just need to reach out our hand to our sisters and brothers and say, help me, and I'm here. And just for one thing, I am proud to be Asian.
Wow, I have chills. A lot of folks are saying that this is a watershed moment to stop anti-Asian hate. We want to hear from you, though, DBL Nation. Think of what Sandra said and how other celebrities have joined this cause. Do you believe that it is helping, Jeff, or hurting the cause?
Sam, I'm going to be perfectly honest with this one. I've talked to some of my friends in Chicago that are Asian. Jordan has a best friend who's Asian in North Carolina. They haven't experienced hate. Their children haven't experienced hate. I understand this is a very small bubble we're talking about. I'm not saying this isn't the case out there, but I'm not experiencing it in my world. So I'm taking it stride for stride. Maybe like everybody else, I understand what happened in Atlanta was horrific, and it was, in my opinion, hate speech, but that's allegedly, we don't know that yet. But it's coming on a little strong for me because I've never witnessed it with my own eyes. That being said, it doesn't mean it doesn't happen, though. But that's just my point of view.
Right. Thank you for your point of view. Now, we do have, organizations that track that uptick in hate rhetoric, and they've seen 1,000% an increase of hateful rhetoric against Asian communities and Pacific Islander communities.
I think it was 1,000 people, not 1,000%, if we're correct.
Okay, we can get confirmation.
Yes.
But in the Bay Area, I have a lot of family members in the Bay Area, and in the Bay Area, where is predominantly, Asian and Pacific Islander descent, 1,000 incidents to Jeff's point. So that is a correction. Thank you for that, Jeff. But in the Bay Area, I have friends that are, the one that I'm thinking of is Pacific Islander descent, and she said that she and a lot of her neighbors within that community are fearful to even go to work. They're fearful to even go get dinner or go to a food truck, is exactly her quote. And so she has witnessed it. She's witnessed people saying, I don't even want to repeat, but we've mentioned it with some of those T-shirts. I don't know. I know that we have other stories to get to, but I just really hope and pray that everybody watching, use your voice. If you witness any hate speech, speak up. If you see something, any act of hate against Asian or Pacific Islanders right now, please, without putting your life in danger, act.
I would say everybody. Speak up. Well,
I know, but right now it's happening to Asian Americans more than anybody else. Sorry, Erica, go ahead.
I just don't want the prevailing thought today to be that we aren't seeing it personally. I mean, I am not subjected to certain acts of racism that my sister and my brother who live in different cities are subjected to a little bit more often because of where they are or because of the line of work they're in or whatever it is. Just because we aren't seeing it, and some of the people in our groups and circles who are also going to be reflective of a certain class of society, they're going to be reflective of a certain demographic and a certain bubble. I don't want the message to be that we don't see it as much because the community is a smaller community, but it's happening and we see it and it's happening in real time. And now is the time to really call out the fact that we see it, because if we keep saying, and I understand that it's your personal experience and I respect that. However, if we keep saying like we're not seeing it that often, then it minimizes and dismisses what this group is actually experiencing. I absolutely believe that people feel very afraid to go to their Asian-owned stores, Asian-owned salons, Asian-owned whatever. The moment that you say it's Asian-owned, it's also like Black-owned. Are we going to be a target today? And after seeing what happened last week, people are very fearful, and I understand that, and we need to call it out in the moment.
Yeah, I emphasize that I don't think this is not a problem. I was just sharing my personal experience like I do with my children, like I do with my wife. I'm speaking of my own bubble, and I hope the audience doesn't think that I was painting this as it's not real or it's not happening. I was just giving a different point of view rather than agreeing with what everybody always says. That's all I was trying to do, and I hope that message got across. I wasn't trying to be
You weren't trying to minimize it.
I was
you
not.
Were just
I was
speaking
not. I
from-
was just taking a different angle.
Thank you for that conversation, though, you guys. Really, really important.